Reported today in The Verge. How much longer will we trust Google's search results? Happy Friday to you. I have been reflecting a bit on the controversy du jour, Google's redesigned search results. Google is trying to foreground sourcing and URLs, but in the process it made its results look more like ads, or vice versa. Bottom line, Google's ads just look like search results now. I'm thinking about it because I have to admit that I don't personally hate the new favicon plus URL structure. But I think that might be because I am not a normal consumer of web content. I've been on the web since the late 90s and I parse information out of URLs kind of without thinking about it. In fact, the relative decline of valuable information getting encoded into the URL is a thing that makes me sad. I admit that I am not a normal user. I set up custom Chrome searches and export them to my other browsers. I know what SERP means and the term kind of slips out in regular conversations sometimes. I have opinions about AMP and its URL and caching structure. I'm a weirdo. As that weirdo, Google's design makes perfect sense and it's possible it might do the same for regular folk. The new layout for search result is ugly at first glance, but then Google was always ugly until relatively recently. I very quickly learned to unconsciously take in the information from the top favicon and URL info without it really distracting me. You are reading Processor, a newsletter about computers by Dieter Bohn. Dieter writes about consumer tech, software, and the most important news of the day from The Verge. This newsletter delivers about 4 times a week, at least a couple of which include longer essays. You can subscribe to Processor and learn more about it here. Processor is also a YouTube series with the same goal, providing smart and surprising analysis with a bit of humor. Subscribe to all of The Verge's great videos here. By subscribing, you are agreeing to receive a daily newsletter from The Verge that highlights top stories of the day, as well as occasional messages from sponsors and/or partners of The Verge. Which is basically the problem. Google's using that same design language to identify its ads instead of much more obvious, visually distinct methods. It's consistent, I guess, but it also feels deceptive. Recode's Peter Kafka recently interviewed BuzzFeed CEO Jonah Peretti, and Peretti said something really insightful. What if Google's ads really aren't that good? What if Google is just taking credit for clicks on ads just because people would have been searching for that stuff anyway? I've been thinking about it all day. What if Google ads actually aren't that effective and the only reason they make so much is billions of people use Google? The pressure to make them more effective would be fairly strong, then, wouldn't it? And it would get increasingly. For more on this story, visit the news article link.